see. Right, you are on. Defense first.
Someone needs to fill this cell.
Authentic Vietnamese food in big cities. What should I try first?
Holding the training lane.
5, 4, 3,
Yeah.
2, 1. Attackers incoming.
You are hello, right? Oh. No, he's not. Right, well, in that case, let's rewind it a second. Alright. I would probably... I mean, this is definitely the safer spot, but I would probably, honestly, because you have such good disengage and kill potential, I know you might want to. You could probably set up here, over there, or even in there a little bit. But it's kind of more of a preference thing. This is definitely the safer play, but you just obviously you can't even reach him to do anything right here. Yeah, definitely want to be getting in there a little bit more than that. Yeah, they kind of... See, that's just like this thing, the fight happened and you didn't get anything significant in. Honestly, even you holding train would have been better, because you can hold... If you're holding train, you could be up here holding. Because your lethality for squishies is so strong that, you know, I mean, the Hatsu can obviously still one-shot you, but I'd say be up here, if anything. Right, but now we're on Genji. And we're walking, and walking, and walking, and spraying, and walking. Yeah, you probably could have just primaried that. This little tiny thing. A lot of downtime. I said, definitely don't do that last thing again. That took way too long. We want to be. Yeah, I don't really like that reflect either. Just better off moving. Because if you use that I'm hitting buttons. If where you use that reflect, then you have to dash out, and they know you don't have any cooldowns, so if they wanted to aggress on you, they could. Versus if you dash first, then you have the reflect to use it when you want to, versus you use it just kind of still chilling there. Yeah, I like to get in there for Gil, try and get some momentum on your side. I thought you might be able to get that right. I mean, it's definitely a little on the aggressive side, but making a play, sometimes you have to.
Pass into the iris.
Alright, I guess that was a choice by him. Yeah, I probably would have preferred you to wall climb there. Well, if you could have gotten there, that would have been nice, but you probably could have just wall jumped this way and not had to dash out. Or you could have just gone on to the Hanzo. Yeah. See, this is a lot better. You tried, yeah, you did. Well, I meant wall climb up this green wall you're looking at right now. You panicked. Yeah. I mean, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes you hit your head on a roof. I don't like the downtime here. Also, sorry, hold on. Let me back up a second. Again, that reflect onto the Zen, unless you hear and you can and you know he's gonna shoot a volley, that reflect isn't really worth it. Yeah, a lot of downtime so far. See, now, like, that reflect was better. Sojourn is a much bigger threat, like, in neutral. Obviously, good aim, take a different angle. Would like to be able to get that kill, but that's alright. One more orb. Wow, didn't hit anybody, really. Surprising. Alright, well, they swapped. So yeah, I like this better. Like, you're able to with that, like, you were able to follow up on the Vendetta being low because you were in position actually being active, versus if you're in your position where you had been in the previous fights, previous fight, then you would have been able to follow up. And then of course going in again, I don't know about that reflect as much, but you had your blade in the back pocket, so you kind of bait out the cooldowns going in hard, and then go back in with your blade. And a two-man blade is always going to be worth it, in particular if you get your life out of it. And maybe we could take it. Or is that what's it? Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely I think you could have got him by yourself if you don't miss. But I don't think your team was shooting him either, so that's kind of not helpful. So you get there. That was a good slow by him. Ooh, you know, yeah, actually I'd say the Winston he probably would have died if you connect on your alt fire there, but I mean, your team is still fighting here as they should. Oh, okay. I don't know about all three of those there, but Cass just holding his position. Alright. Yeah, they swapped over to the Melga. Yeah, this is definitely better positioning. You want to be active, especially Genji. His whole idea is being active. Weird choice by their Moira, but good job poking her out, making her move. Get the dead eye. Yeah, following up right in there. Yeah, especially on Genji, if you get or if somebody on your team gets the tank kill, you definitely want to go in there. There. I don't know what their Moira is doing. I mean, she's making a 5v4 to be honest, but yeah, no need to like look all the way back. Oh no. There you go. No need to go all the way back in that corner. Yeah, I wish you didn't have to reflect earlier there, but you know, you're not sure if you're gonna get heals there.
On my way.
Yeah, and here I'd be looking. I mean, on their team, I mean, just the charge.
This ends now.
Yeah, definitely don't like that reflect. That's just like a Zen blindly pressing triangle if you use Dragon Blade. So you could have had reflect for that. Orb. Oof. Yeah, kind of got a little lucky on that dash, to be fair. You probably could have died. Yeah, I mean, kind of backing her off a little bit. It's not bad. Ooh. Did you have dash? Or is it still on cooldown? Well, that's not really still. Well, possibly. I mean, depending on if you're seeing like the Zen get any damage in or not, then you can really be like looking for an aggressive blade. Okay, yeah, you didn't have blade there. I'm sorry, Dash.
I'm really feeling the heat.
You didn't have dash, but you had blade, right? You might have wanted to pop your blade when you get pulled in. It's not safe, but I mean, if you guys lose this fight, they're going to take the point anyway. So, I would have used it when you first dropped right here. Yeah, and if your reaction time fast enough, you could have used blade right there and gotten to the back. Again, if depending on how good you're keeping track of the Zen, you might know that he doesn't have whatever it's called. Trans. Then obviously, yeah, last fight, swing. Would have preferred someone besides the Orisa, but it is what it is. Oh, yeah, if you hit the wrong button instead of using your ult, yeah, definitely should have used your ult there, I think.
0-1. Switching sides.
Right.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Be rolling out on the Genji.
Defend objective A.
Big reflect. So definitely, yeah, say give some pot shots at your cross. Yeah, yeah, get in there, be active, be active. Be active, there you go, yeah. So this isn't really Tracer where you're really like really setting up. Where shooting from a distance doesn't do a whole lot. You wanna your shurikens do more than enough damage to make poke. And not really poking because you're using it as you're moving, but your shurikens do way more to be going across. Oh, almost got that. See, that poking's a little bit far out in the open. Be careful there. Just, yeah, definitely want to forward, and even in this window, you're probably listening for that warrior, but yeah, we want to be, I mean, because your Zarya, I don't think anybody on your team backed off when the Juno died. Yeah, Juno dies, but I mean, Cass isn't really doing anything. But Zen's pretty much where he should be, and your Zarya is in. So we definitely want you to be more active here. And now that is... see, I didn't realize that was already there. So that was good. Good follow-up. The... Oh, no, you're fine. You have dash coming up, yeah. Yeah, I mean, definitely want to keep poking. But where your Juno is... Yeah, I mean, you guys are getting enough pucks here where you should be looking to get in. Good challenge. Oh, get that melee in there. Yeah, you... Do you kill her with a melee first? I think you do. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Kind of the same on defense, though. I mean, look, you're 2 minutes and 17 seconds in, and you're only 80 to Dragon Blade. Like, even if you're losing fights, you should be getting Dragon Blade by now. And like now you're ticking up. But you're coming up on like a 3-minute Dragon Blade. I mean, well, this kind of like check the stats, right? If we're at 81.
Objective A captured.
Let's see damage wise. Yeah, so I mean, it basically like a shuriken equals 1%. So should be in it sooner, being more active. I like to dash, try and grab the Winston there. Probably didn't need to do that, if we're being honest. You probably could have been poking at somebody. I would have liked you to stay there with that mega. Good reflect. Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, you got a kill. Yeah, that mega is there. Yeah, I mean, because where you dashed anyway, it's not like it was any safer. If they were actually looking at there, you're probably dead anyway. But you do get a good reflect here, like I said. Yeah, I'm definitely not sure about this blade. If anything, you needed a blade faster. Like, you dashed, took a beat, and then bladed. Let's see it play out in real time though. Yeah, I think you wanted to blading there. You didn't really take a beat, but you bladed to nothing. Or, I'm sorry, you dashed to nothing. You probably needed to. Okay, so you go to dash, and I mean you're really just looking for the damage onto him, but they don't back off and do anything. Yeah, I mean that's probably just not knowing your range thing. If you know that you're not going to get to him though, you could have dashed like a little bit lower and like hit the wall. You know, wall climb, then blade, or blade and wall climb, whatever. Or even dash over here. But yeah, you kind of just, that's like you know, like a tracer melee where you don't know their range quite technically, but we get one kill here, lose the lose where the soldier is, but 1 for 1, not the worst, not the worst. Right here, so you would love. Okay, yeah, definitely wanted to push in on that. Oh! Did we see the Ana before we dived in? Because I like going for that soldier there, but... Okay, we did not... Okay, so we didn't see the Ana, and they got slept, so... I mean, oh, and I'm not saying that like it's your fault. Like, the only way you don't get slept there is if you kill that soldier, then immediately dash out. Oh, good, nice little ring there. Right here, we would really want the Zarya to push to the high ground. An ideal universe. Yeah, definitely want to be a little bit more active here. I know we went and got that pack, but we're kind of just wasting a lot. So we do, we got to be careful because we're down 2-1. We are down 2, so we got to be careful with how much, like how forward facing we're poking. Obviously the soldier killing their Ana is really stupid, but so even though we get a pick though, we still gotta be careful. Now this I like this a lot better than your Zarya, and never mind, she's coming to point anyway. So not much you can do here. with the Winston booping your Zen back, but
Tactical visor activated.
big dash. You guys probably lose this. No? Maybe not. Say, kind of definitely losing track of. Definitely losing track of people there. I would have liked. I like you pushing the payload, and this is more, I guess, of a team and environment sort of thing. But you push the payload, and your Zarya and the rest kind of push up here, and then that way, if someone does drop, you can just wall climb away from them, or you could take the 1v1 as well. Either way. But just, I don't think you win that anyway. Well.
60 seconds.
I guess I was wrong. So you do win that anyway. You definitely win it a lot easier if you don't lose track of some things right in there. But overall, I mean, I'd say the biggest thing is just a lot of inactivity and or positioning that wasn't in a ready stance. It was like kind of waiting to pounce on someone instead of being in a spot to like be fighting. You're like waiting on a pounce fight instead of like being the consistent what's the word I want to use? Consistent presence. There we go. You want to be felt. You know, kind of constantly. Your Dragon Blade is like the lethality, the biggest lethal point of that Genji. Versus like Tracer, you can get the but Tracer, you know, really just herself is really the lethal point. So the difference is kind of like Genji should be doing everything and anything to get that damage in, and obviously he can be very lethal without the Dragon Blade, but the Dragon Blade is a big fight winner, and what your whole team's kind of playing with and playing for. Alright, I'll talk to you later. Make sure to like and subscribe, hit that bell icon for more.